Alright, back again, Luke here. And today we've got out the old Geo AES, and I figured we could put in this game here. Metal Slug 3. So, let's pop this in and play some of that. I've already got this guy all set up here. Figured we could do a bit of some gaming and get this thing going. This is one of my favorites in the series. So we'll go ahead and flip on the old switch here. Wait for things to set up. Something missing. We've got a power cord, but we've got no monitor. What are we gonna do here? I guess not really much else we can do, I guess, except for, where's it? Maybe here? Maybe here? Where is it? Ah, that's it. Oh. I'll have to do this. So as you can see here, guys, this is something that I just kind of whipped up, made up here. This is my Geo AES with a built-in monitor and built-in speakers here. And it's got mono sound or stereo, which you can change up here. I just put in a couple little decals, as you can see in the front, just for something kind of fun. But what I wanted to do is kind of recreate a little bit of an arcade system inside the Geo AES shell. Now for this video here, this isn't a how to make it, or this isn't anything like that. This is just something that I wanted to share with you guys, a little bit of a project, something I always wanted to do. And I'm not recommending that people go out there and cut up their Geo AES systems to try and do something like this. This is a project that I've had for quite some time. There were a lot of different problems with the arcade system, or with the AES system itself. So I used a lot of spare parts and tried to make this something, like I said, that I wanted to do for quite some time, and finally worked out. But as you can see here, we've got the monitor. This monitor is in 4x3. Everything is connected, and when the top is shut, the screen and everything, the sound will go off. So if we change this back to mono sound here, the adjusted points down at the bottom for the sound, you can turn the sound up or down. I put a little bit of a stand here to try and keep things open, because there's a lot of weight on the top of the monitor, and the springs just don't cut it. So there are a couple of springs in there, but if we close this down like so, it does have a hidden latch, and once we press down, there it is. So this thing will still play through the TV. It still has S-video out the back. It has a regular like AV outs, etc. And there's no problem with the functionality of it, but I just added one more component to it and figured, yeah, it'd be kind of neat to have this here. Go ahead and get this guy up like so. And we can play it. We can start it up here, put this thing on stereo again. Hit the old start button. And there's a little bit of a glare coming here from the light in the background, but it is a fully playable setup. But like I said, this is just something that I always wanted to do. I thought about doing it. It took a lot of work to try to get this to come together right. Geo AES is not really built to have a monitor inside of it, so this was a bit tricky here. I did manage to get this done though in a pretty reasonable amount of time. I think I did it in about 5 days, 4 or 5 days here, counting all of the different wiring and things like that that I had to do, and modifications and stuff. A lot of the parts that I put in this are original. I made a switch on here that will, like I said, turn the system off when the door is closed. We'll turn it on, as well as the speakers and whatnot. I modified a lot of the internal components here to make everything fit, just because there was not a lot of space in here. And it's pretty much impossible to do with just the stock setup. So a bit of a tight fit. There are a couple of things that I would like to do differently, I suppose, with it. You know, if I ever decided to do something like this again, but I'm pretty satisfied with what it is right now, or the way that it came out. And nonetheless, just want to share this with you guys here. I've seen a lot of people putting, you know, monitors in different items. If you guys remember, when I was doing some crazy mods back in the day, I put one inside a Nintendo 64, and that one was pretty neat. I still have it. I use it kind of like wall-mounted, and it's not too bad. It actually, it's pretty good because the cartridge itself keeps the sunlight out, so... But this one was another fun one that I really wanted to try. I had never seen it done before, so figured we could do this as a first time here. But yeah, there are a lot of different points that didn't come out exactly the way I wanted them to. Could have come out a lot better, but for what it is, it's not too bad. And it still does have, you know, all of its full features, full functions to it. I did make it to where this system can be opened, even with all the stuff on here. Like all of this, and I can still remove the case and things like that, so... But I don't know if there's any way to block the light. Probably not. But as I was saying, with the door itself, it's spring-loaded. It does take a lot of work. There are some different lights that I've added underneath here. Maybe I can pause it up here. Maybe you guys can see. I added a couple of lights on the sides as well. Not sure if that helps things out. Probably not too much. But you can see it's got a little bit of kind of the buttons in the back there, and it does have some lights here and here, which are kind of hard to see, but and it does have the light in the switch as well. But nonetheless, just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this project that I decided to start up and do here. Finally got done, finished this one yesterday, so I thought today would be a pretty good day to just go and upload a video, and here we have it. So for those of you who have wondered what have I been up to recently, this is pretty much most of what I've been doing. Just a lot of mods and kind of creative stuff. Still doing repairs on various things. The amount of stuff that I'm just repairing is just a ton. I mean, I can't even keep track of it. A lot of stuff, it's just gotten to the point where I'm trying to sort it out and get rid of the stuff that I can't, I just don't have the time to go ahead and repair anymore. Some of the bigger projects and things that I've worked on, but this is one that I thought would be kind of a neat, fun project, so I just went along with it. And one of the things about this, though, is like once you do start it, I mean, like I mentioned, I had to pretty much cut up the front part here of the AES, and once you get to that point, there is no going back. But yeah. This is definitely not something that I mean, if, you know, some of you out there are really interested in doing something like this, it is possible. It just does take a lot of work. So for those who are, you know, just kind of tinkerers, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. For those of you out there who do have some skill with like component removal, relocation, things like that, I think this may be kind of a fun project. But keep in mind, though, there is a high risk of damaging or destroying the system, so think about that before you go ahead and do it. Like I mentioned with this one was already broken, so it wasn't so bad. I did have to replace a lot of components, and luckily the case itself was in pretty decent condition, so I was happy about that. It does have quite a few scratches on it, but yeah. As you can see, I'm not playing so well here. Not really so much about the the gameplay, but just the kind of creation itself. The MVS U4 is one of, well, was and still is one of my favorite arcade cabinets. I just love the design and the color scheme of it. Kind of almost has a R2-D2 kind of color scheme as well, which is pretty cool. Woo! But yeah, nonetheless, if you guys have held on this long, then fantastic. Just checking out some more of Luke's crazy mods and things like that. Still doing the stuff that used to do, but a little bit in more extreme forms, I suppose. I swear, Metal Slug is so cheap as far as these, you know, the trajectory of these like shots. It's like there's no way in midair those things are flying that different. Come on. Come on. Come on, Marco. You can do it. I think I'm gonna do it. All those guys lost. But nonetheless, just want to share with you guys a little bit of a look at my built-in monitor and speakers into a Neo Geo AES system. And yeah, it's a cool little setup for myself. I really enjoy it. But that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon. So thanks for watching. Watching some craziness going on here. Do I understand? And like so. Good Neo Geo.